first is Casualties Dr. Hannah. Welcome to Sunetra Sarker.
So how's life in Bristol then?
Yeah, it's
Enjoy
all
it?
right. Yeah, it's been a year. I've been there about just over a year.
It was about a year, yeah.
Yeah.
So why did you move there then? Was it because of your children?
Well, yeah, what
School
happened
and
is
stuff?
basically I started Casualty, the offer came in around September, so I moved down in October,
Yep.
and I thought I'll just see how it goes on the commuting basis, but because my character seemed to come in and stay in and be quite a force, I wasn't getting home very often because we work 6 days, so...
6 days a week?
Yeah, so the Sunday sort of travel wasn't
That's
really
horrible.
working, so Nick and I had a chat about it, and after the Christmas, January, Nick and Noah joined me in Bristol.
A lock, stock and barrel? Have you sold up and
the whole,
that's the whole
lot. We
shebang?
had to make a big commitment.
God.
And it's taken us a year, actually, just to get our feet under the table and know where we are. But now I think we could happily say we like Bristol a lot.
How old is Noah now?
Noah's 3.5.
So is he about to start nursery or
No, he's
something?
about to start school, Judy,
Oh,
and I
really?
don't think I can cope. I really don't think I'm going to get my head
You've
around.
got separation anxiety already.
It's really making me feel quite nervous.
Why? What are you worried about?
It's
All
like
right?
sending him to work. I honestly feel like I'll be going to work and he'll be going somewhere and we won't see each other till the end of the day. And I don't know, I feel... I went into the school, actually, and I was late. I was late with the application. I was late to say yes. I mean, I was just so pretending it wasn't happening. I was in denial a lot. And I went along to the school and I was just scrutinising on a level, you know, looking at the floors. Can I have a look at the toilets? And what do they do at playtime? Why are the children not wearing the coat? It's quite cold outside.
Oh, you're going to be one of those mums, aren't
Your
you?
mother from hell.
Well, your character in Casualty, of course, cannot bear children. Cannot have children, I should say. I mean, I don't mean can't bear them, doesn't like them,
No, you're almost
can't carry
right. She
children.
wasn't very child-friendly at all.
No, but now she's fostering a little girl. What's she called?
Charisse.
Charisse. Well, she's a good little actress, isn't she? She's all right here.
She's special, you know. She did The Sound of Music. She was the first Gretel in Sound of Music on the opening night. So she's got a lot of confidence in performing and she knows how to sort of hold her own. She's a real cracker.
Well, here she is, trying to steal your scene here. Okay.
Hair, teeth,
Brushed, clean,
gym bag.
Jim's Tuesdays.
Ah, I knew that. School bag. Right, Charisse, I think we're ready.
Dinner money.
Dinner money. Open your bag. There's bound to be £2 in there.
Sorry about all the mess.
It's okay, I'll have a proper tidy when I get back from school.
What about work?
I'm not in work this week, am I? This week I exist only to serve you. Not even going to think about work. Right, there you go. Breakfast.
What a little star.
So what's the little girl's character's backstory? How did she come into your life?
Basically, the story is Charisse and her mum were patients. Well, her mum was a battered wife, and she came in as a patient, and she was very badly bruised and beaten up by the husband. And I got a little bit attached to the story, and then I give her a bit of money to go to a hostel. She comes back asking for more, and I sort of say no. And then eventually I find out she's stolen some money from my purse, so I end up going back to their house because Charisse has come to tell me her mum's taken money off me. And I see her mum's been battered quite badly again by the husband, so I say, come and live with me, not quite knowing what I'm saying. They come and live with me, and we have a little bit of time together, and then the mum starts stealing off me again, and I've just had enough.
Right.
And I say, just go back to where you came from.
And you
she
keep the little girl.
goes, and the husband kills her. And so then I feel terribly guilty because she's now dead and the little girl's left without a mother. And the father also dies in the process, so cue trembling lip. And so he then feels quite obliged to try and look after this little girl because of that.
Yeah.
She feels quite responsible.
Yeah.
So she's left with not only a little girl who's, you know, 7 years old, she's not even had any relationship with before. She's also got to start telling her about the fact that her mum and dad had died, and
It's
quite
all
a
your
big deal.
fault.
It's all my fault.
You should be a
She
BBC
looks-
press officer. You condensed that storyline fantastically. That's great.
And the little girl looks remarkably happy, I must say, after all that.
I think she must like to be
She likes
alive.
being with you. What, would you like a little girl? Would you?
Oh, gosh, you know what? I always thought I wanted a little girl, and I was convinced that Noah was a little girl until he came out, and he didn't have a name for 2 days because Nick and I were so stunned it wasn't a little girl. But I have to say, maybe secretly, I think I always wanted a boy because I feel a lot... I don't know, I feel a lot more proud of being a mother of a boy. Because I think I'd have done a little girl quite easily. And I didn't think... Because I wasn't brought up with a lot of boys, but most of our family are girls. Me and my sister, my mum's two sisters, my dad's got a sister, Nick's got a sister. There aren't that many little boys in our lives.
Are you second generation?
Yeah, second generation.
And your husband's he's white. Was there any pressure from your parents to marry in, as it were, you know?
Do you know, I was very lucky because my grandparents were a love marriage. My parents were a love marriage. There were no real... there wasn't much of a history of arranged marriages in our family, so I had a very liberal upbringing. So my parents, they didn't even talk about boys, full stop. We didn't even get taught. It was sort of shied away from, so... You
must tell your story of how he proposed to you in Venice. I love this story. It's a great
been
story.
6 years now, Richard.
Go on. You're walking around Venice.
Well, basically what happened... It was my birthday, it was meant to be a surprise, and Nick had said he was taking me away for my birthday. He blindfolded me at the airport, and I got presented at the check-in desk with a brown envelope. Pushed me in the canal, and that was the end of it. You know, and I started getting these brown envelopes given to me, and I was blindfolded. So
By strangers?
By strangers, complete strangers. On the plane, I still didn't know where we were going, little brown envelopes, and inside them were newspaper cuttings of letters. Now, I knew I was getting a rally mountain bike, so it was spelling mountain bike very easily, so I kept pretending I didn't know what it was. Got on a gondola, and then we get to Venice, and I'm going, wow, this is the present. Gondolier, madam, another brown envelope, hotel, on the pillow, another one. Museum, do not touch signs, all of them with little brown envelopes, and I'm thinking, well, how have you done this? And he's only running on ahead and putting them there.
That's fantastic.
And of course, my bag is full of newspaper cuttings, a letter M and a letter L and a letter this. And of course, we get to dinner. I choose where we're going for dinner, remember. He hasn't chosen this. I've chosen this beautiful restaurant. We sit down, sweet trolley comes by, and I go, ooh, look at those meringues. I'm going to have one of those. Nick clocks that. He goes to the toilet for 40 minutes. I'm going, where? Toilet's miles away. Sunetra, toilet's miles away, you better go. So I'm going, I better go now. So I go off. Toilet's just there. Come back, I don't know where you've just been. Sweet's sitting there. He's already ordered my sweet for me. So then he's going, get the letters out. So I'm getting the letters out. He's going, no, eat your sweet. No, look at the letters. So I'm sort of dithering between the two. Put my spoon into my meringue, and my engagement ring was in it. And then he's rearranging all these letters, and it spells, will you marry me? And I'm going, no way! And then he got down on his knee.
Let's have a look at the ring. And he got down on one knee, did he?
He got down on one knee. It's like a little stone. It's like,
the little stone,
a stonemason stone ring.
Stonemason.
And you first met him when you were 16?
Yeah, well, that was
in a
many
bar
years
in Jersey.
Yes, and I met him again 10 years later in the same bar.
It was obviously meant.
Lovely. Well, you can stick around for the rest of the show because we're going to be talking about Slumdog Millionaire. Have you seen that?
I love it.
Have you seen it?
I'm happy to contribute towards that.
Thank you very much. Having a bit of a discussion about that. And of course, Casualty is on BBC One on